And here we go. Oh my goodness. So, unless you've been living under a rock, Israel has attacked Iran. Now, let me put out my disclaimer before I continue on with the video. I don't hate Israel. I don't hate Iran. I don't hate anybody, okay? I don't hate anybody that God doesn't hate. I'll put it that way, all right? All right? Just putting that out there. We would be foolish not to acknowledge the peculiar behavior that has been going on recently. All right. I won't even say recently. It's been going on for quite some time. And what I'm talking about is it seems this stranglehold regarding Israel, or this massive, heavy influence that Israel seems to have in certain cases. And we'll tie this right back to Iran being tapped. This goes to, for example, the NYC Mayoral Debate, where they're asked, hey, what's the first place, a foreign place you would fly to? And all of them are just giddy about, hey, well, I'm going to fly to Israel. That's what I'm going to fly to. I love flying to Israel. This is my second time to flying to Israel.
Given the hostility and the anti-Semitism that has been shown in New York, I would go to Israel.
Mr. Tilson, where would you go?
Yeah, I'd make my 4th trip to Israel, followed by my 5th trip to Ukraine, 2 of our greatest allies fighting on the front lines of the global war on terror.
What? And you got this one candidate who was like, well, I'm going to stay in New York. That's what I'm going to say and help out, the New York people, because you're the mayor of New York. And it seems that was the wrong answer. And he is pressed about Israel. Well, do you love Israel? Okay, do you believe Israel has a right to defend itself? Blah, 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 blah.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel as mayor?
I will be doing, as the mayor, I'll be standing up for Jewish New Yorkers, and I'll be meeting them wherever they are across the 5 boroughs, whether that's in their synagogues and temples or at their homes or at the subway platform, because ultimately we need to focus on delivering on their concerns.
And just yes or no, do you believe in a Jewish state of Israel?
I believe Israel has the right to exist.
And he responds very bravely, might I add, saying that, hey, I care, about Jewish people, but I care about, New Yorkers, right? Jewish New Yorkers, because he's running for the New York mayor. That's what's going on right now. And they're asking him about, hey, your loyalty to freaking Israel.
Not as a Jewish state?
As a state with equal rights.
He won't say it has a right to exist as a Jewish state. Be very clear.
And his answer was no, he won't visit Israel.
I said that very
That's what he was trying to say.
No. Unlike you, I answer questions very directly.
All right,
and I want to be very clear. I believe every state should be a state of equal rights.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Member.
That's a bit odd, okay? And the reason why I say it's odd is not that, anti-Semitism we're going to vet. It's just that if we were to just replace Israel with, Russia, that everyone would consider that to be a very, perverse line of questioning, all right? That if we would just replace Israel with China or anyone else, that you would stress someone running for the New York mayoral candidacy about China or about Russia. It's a bit weird. Just putting that out there. Then we had not too long ago, you had Thomas Massey, who has recently come out against any type of funding for Israel regarding this potential war or outbreak. And, Massey talked about how, hey, he was talking to Tucker Carlson, talking about, hey, how everyone on the Republican side has, an AIPAC lobbyist, right? That they have to, hey, I have to talk to my AIPAC lobbyist before I can do anything.
And I have Republicans who come to me and say, that's wrong what AIPAC is doing to you. Let me talk to my AIPAC person. By the way, everybody but me has an AIPAC person.
What does that mean, an AIPAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your AIPAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for AIPAC. They're probably a constituent in your district, but they are, firmly embedded in AIPAC. And
every member has something like this?
I don't know how it works on the Democrat side, but that's how it works on the Republican side.
What? A bit weird, right? I'm just saying. I'm just connecting the dots. It's a bit weird. Then we had the president of the United States, right? The president of the United States who says, hey, back in the day that, Israel, you said anything about Israel, you wouldn't have a political career. It'd be game over. That right now, Israel has a little less, influence on the political aspect, on the political, arena.
If you say, let's say 15 years ago, maybe not even that long, anything bad about Israel or Jewish people, you were finished as a politician, right? You were finished. You wouldn't do that, Congressman. You wouldn't do it anyway, but nobody would do it. The most powerful lobby in this country by far was Israel and Jewish people.
This is the president of the United States saying this. Just putting that out there, okay? This is the president of the United States saying this. Then we get to Harvard when it comes to free speech. Now, Trump had already put out executive orders during his first term in office that, had people concerned about free speech. Then we had Harvard, where they're attacking the Harvard president. She just happened to be a black woman, which made it easier for them to scapegoat her in the violation of free speech. But that's exactly what they did. And it wasn't for American citizens. It was for Israel. Now, this isn't the first time this has happened. He's done another executive order during his time in office. I mean, he's only been here. He's not even been a full year, and he's already put out an EO for the benefit of Israel. It's just weird. That's all I'm saying. It's just weird. Just like, it's a bit weird, man. It seems like you're doing somewhat for everyone else as opposed to the American people, right? Because the terrorists aren't benefiting us. We're right now, talking about, hey, you're going to defend Israel if they go to bat with Iran. It's just, I don't know. And then the deportations, which you already know is going to impact the economy. It just, a lot of this just doesn't seem to be helping the American people. That's all. And I'm an American. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, hey, I think we should help us first before we start helping out everyone else. I just don't think it's fair that, these people get free healthcare, this and that, livable wage, whatever you want to consider that to be. And we got homeless people on the streets. We got mentally ill people that are all brought up when there happens to be, a shooting of some sort.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I just don't think that's fair. I think you're treating us like the third world countries. That's what I mean. Honestly, you're treating them better than how you treat American citizens.
Damn.
Then, as I said, I would circle back to this attack on Iran. Now, from my understanding, I could be wrong, but I vaguely remember Trump telling Netanyahu, "Don't do this." Right? We're in discussions. We're in talks to see if we can get a deal. Don't attack. Right? That's what he said. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Netanyahu was like, hey, I'm going to do what I want, right? My job is to protect Israel, okay? It has nothing to do with the U.S. The U.S. doesn't control us. We do what we're going to do. If I'm not mistaken, but that was the gist of that dialogue. So, sure enough, Israel does the attack. And it seems that in order to save face, Trump is saying, well, this is great. This is beautiful. This, I tried to offer, a deal with Iran. I told them to take it. They didn't take it. Now this is what's happening. And Trump has said that, hey, he will protect and, man with Israel should this escalate. Now, I just, once again, weird. What? I don't know what to tell you. Very weird. I don't know how a place, a territory, a country, a state, whatever you want to call it, I don't know how you can tell them not to do something and they do it anyway. But you're the ones that are funding them. You're the ones that are, giving them weaponry to do their wars and everything. But in the meantime, between time, they're saying, hey, we don't need your money. We don't need your aid. We're big and bad all ourselves. So we're getting mixed signals here. Nevertheless, it just happens to be weird. That's all I'm saying. And it has nothing to do, as I said before, with anti-Semitism. I don't hate any Jewish people. I don't hate, Israel. I don't hate Netanyahu. I just think a lot of this is coming up a little strange to the American people. That's all I'm saying. They're just coming up a little strange because it's like, yo, we suffering over here, but it seems like your concern is elsewhere, right? When it comes to these our representatives, they'll screw us over, but they ain't got a problem giving, everyone else money. They ain't got a problem with everyone else's well-being and their health care and how they doing over there. I just find that to be a little weird. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. With Lucas, we have got to stand with our greatest ally. There's nothing weird about standing with Israel, okay? We have got to fight for freedom and democracy. That's what we have to do. Or I believe, I hear you. Hey, I'm all for democracy. Absolutely. 100%. I just, I would just like a little more attention focus on us. That's all I'm saying. I just a little more attention on us and our well-being as the American people, right? Because this is America after all. I'm just putting that out there. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me Thursday through Saturday, Disagreement Day. There'll be a number on screen. You call in and we do get out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe. And all that fun stuff. Next time, guys, be amazing. If there is a next time.
And his answer was no, he won't visit Israel.